All right, how you doing?
Good, good. Thanks.
I have with me Shanku today, and you're from the Visual Studio team, is that right?
I'm from the Web Platform and Tools team, which includes ASP.NET, as well as the Visual Studio toolset for web development.
Okay, and what is your title?
I'm the group program manager with the team, so I head up the team that's responsible for kind of design of the products.
Okay, so you're on the development side of the house, the program manager side of the house, where you're writing the specs and all. Okay,
that's right.
Great. So what are your you're speaking at PDC, right?
I'm speaking at PDC tomorrow afternoon, actually, Wednesday afternoon. I'm speaking at PDC about this new technology called ASP.NET Project Atlas. And it's a project we've been working on for the last couple of months that's really about kind of building the next generation of rich web applications.
Okay, it's called Project Atlas.
Atlas.
So wasn't that demoed in the keynote? Is that right?
Yeah, actually, earlier in the keynote today, Scott Guthrie and Chris Anderson demoed it in Jim Alton's keynote.
So what is Atlas? How is it different from traditional web development, or is it just traditional web development?
So Atlas is really about building kind of the next generation of rich web apps that aren't just about the kind of basic post-back model and refreshing the entire page.
Okay.
It's about building kind of a new generation of web experiences that have kind of richer interaction, more dynamic kind of data editing, as well as kind of a more personalized experience.
Okay.
And so Atlas is kind of a richer framework that has both a piece on the server as well as kind of a client script library that sits on the client that really provides a richer environment in the browser for these kinds of applications. And that makes it a lot easier to kind of put together applications that take advantage of the browser much more quickly and easily.
Okay. So it's putting more processing client side as well. There are a lot more interactive type of application. Do you have any examples of ones that would use that technology, or even
so there are actually a number of applications that Microsoft has that use this kind of model to provide a richer web experience. Examples of that include Outlook Web Access, which kind of goes back to the server. Yeah. Also, the new version of Hotmail, which is being kind of publicized at PDC, is actually using a very similar model. Out in the kind of public space, there's a whole new demand for these kinds of applications. There's kind of a term used to refer to it called Ajax-style applications, and that really kind of refers to applications that run in the browser, but then are able to do things like asynchronously talk to the server and be able to then deliver a more interactive experience.
Right. So is the MSN Virtual Earth, would that be an example of the
MSN Virtual Earth is actually another website that's been released. MSN Virtual Earth has also recently released a lot of their functionality as a set of services and UI that you can use to kind of put together applications that can take advantage of Virtual Earth as services. Yeah. And the whole kind of Ajax-like model really lends itself well to be able to use functionality from different web providers as services to put together an application. In Atlas, in the preview release that we're actually releasing at PDC, we actually have a Atlas control that wraps the Virtual Earth functionality. And Scott actually showed that in his keynote earlier.
Oh, nice. So you're giving a session here. Is that tomorrow?
Yes, that's tomorrow, and it's a overview of Atlas and really kind of look at what defines rich web application, and then kind of go through what are the things that Atlas really kind of brings to that to make it easier to build those kinds of applications.
Okay. What time is that session?
That's at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock tomorrow?
Yeah, in Hall C&D.
Okay. So can you give me just some of the key technologies that would be in Atlas? What kind of technologies are underlying Atlas there?
So Atlas includes a few things. First of all, it has a full client script library that's built right on top of JavaScript. So it's a fairly small library, compressed. It's about 30K. It's 100% JavaScript, runs in a whole variety of browsers. And that client script library basically brings a richer environment, things like a full type system, component model, a UI framework that you can use to run apps on the client side. On the server side, then, there are a set of extensions on top of ASP.NET 2.0 that allow Atlas apps to kind of really interact with the server and provide kind of a integrated application model between the server and the client. Okay. And then we're also planning a lot of tools investments there to really make, from a tools perspective, Atlas applications really easy to author and debug.
Nice. That's great to hear. It seems like there's a kind of a pent-up demand for that type of application, that type of technology with customers. Are you hearing the same thing?
Yeah, definitely. I think
Wow.
reach applications.
Leave my beer alone.
Reach applications, are getting to the point in terms of web-based reach applications where people are really looking for how to actually use more of the features of the browser to provide a really differentiated user experience, something that really kind of stands out to the user. And doing that is not kind of the simplest thing because, when you're developing a lot of code in JavaScript or using, asynchronous programming between the client and the server, those things are pretty tough to understand. And then the tools to do that in terms of authoring and debugging and so on are really pretty primitive today.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we're really trying to make that a lot more accessible to everyone.
Excellent. So if someone's not able to attend PDC, how do they start to find out information about this? How, you guys going to publish samples, demos, and things online? Or
Yeah, so one of the great things is we're actually, to coincide with PDC, we're actually releasing the first public preview release of Atlas. It's a very early preview release, but what we're doing with Atlas is really following a much more open, transparent model for how we develop the product. So we're getting a very early preview out there. We want people to go out, get the bits, go ahead and try it. We're going to keep updating the website. The website is at atlas.asp.net, and you can go there and get the bits. You can get hands-on labs, the same labs that people at PDC are using, documentation. We'll have some sample applications there, and then we'll keep going ahead and updating those bits. And we want people to go out and try that, to tell us, what they like and dislike about the product, and really give us the kind of feedback we need to help build this product. And the product's obviously going to take a little bit longer to go ahead and build. We're still in an early preview, but we really love getting that feedback to help us build the product.
It's good. Sounds like you guys are very open and transparent with how you're rolling this out. So that sounds great. Perfect for this community, I'll tell you. So,
That's great.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you taking a few moments. So hey,
thank you.
Have a good session.
Thanks.
All right.